Why am I editing at 4:30 in the morning? Because I love it. That's why. I mean, let's be honest. When you love something, you work at it, right? You hustle harder because you just do what you love. That's why.
Yeah. I'm slipping away, yeah. Just like I am dreaming, walking around in this love haze. I wanna stay in this feeling, but let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away, oh. So don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, but baby.
You know, gives me a good idea for a new movie. Because coming soon on this channel, I already wrote the script in my head. I should get to work. So I'm editing the Lemonade podcast. There'll be a link in the description below. It's the project my son and I started doing. It's a lot of fun. It is Thursday morning. I am headed to get my coffee. Step 1, step 2. I'm going toe-to-toe with TSA. I'm going to wait to the end of this to explain to you what that means. But I ain't joking around. This is crazy. All right, more on that at the end of the vlog. But first, let me talk about something that I was asked about multiple times over the last couple months. And that is how my wife have managed to be together for 25 years. How we've managed to be married for 20 years. My wife and I have gotten many questions over the last several months about how we did that, because we met in 9th stinking grade. More to come.
How you doing?
There we go. Listen, Joe, you know I need my coffee, bro. You know it. Okay, so let's talk for just a brief second about my wife and I. We met in 9th grade. It was biology class. I used to make fun of her. She used to pick on me. I started dating a girl that she didn't particularly like. She thought would be bad for me. We started to become some kind of like, we just talked, we were friends. Then she got me to break up with this girl. We started dating. Long story short, the summer of our 9th grade year was when we started dating. That was nearly 25 years ago. That's crazy, I know. Okay, so here's the deal. I got a couple things that I want to talk to you about. I'm going to wrap up the conversation on my wife and I, 25 years, then I'm going to get back to the TSA thing. So first things first, my wife and I. So I get asked this question all the time, so does my wife. What's the secret to staying married for 20 years? What's the secret to being together for 25 years? That's the question we get most often from other couples or from other people who are looking to get married or people who are looking to find their better half. First one is that you have to get married because you love each other. Let me give you a quick math test here. My wife and I have been together for 25 years. We've been married for 20. Our oldest son, Anthony, was born August 1995. Yes. And our youngest son, Chris, was born December of 1997. So that makes them 23 and 21. Anthony's 23, he'll be 24 this year. Chris just turned 21 on December 31st. So, we have not been, you guessed it, married the whole time we've had kids. Now, when Amber got pregnant, we had many people tell us, you guys need to get married. We decided that we were going to get married for one reason only. Truth is, we decided that we were going to get married for one reason only. Because we loved each other. Because we wanted to be married. Not because somebody told us to. Not because of obligation. Not because of anything other than I love you. You love me. And like the big purple dinosaur used to say,
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Exactly. It's because you love each other that you will stay together. Not because you have kids, you will stay together. Important. Number 2, obligation. You have to realize that you have an obligation to this other person. So imagine Amber gets pregnant and I skirt out on changing diapers. I don't go to work and make money to pay the bills. I don't come home and do the dishes to help her around the house. Think we're married? 20 years? No, probably not. I mean, I'm alienating her, making her feel like garbage. I'm not helping her around the house. I'm not validating who she is. I'm not supporting her. Of course that's going to end bad. So my obligation to my wife is to help her have a safe, secure life. Her obligation to me is to love me, cherish me, to those types of things. So you have an obligation to the other person in your life to support them, to cherish them, all that stuff. So live by obligation. The third thing is probably the most important, and it's usually my lead off, but I'm gonna close with it today. And that is be stubborn. Stubborn. Stubborn as a mule. Stubborn like you've never been stubborn before in your life. Stubborn so much so that you would fight for her no matter what. Let me reframe what I mean by stubborn. Most of us think of stubborn, and especially stubborn mule, as somebody that would not budge from their own opinion. Shift that for me for a second. Why don't you, instead of being so stubborn about being right or correct, be stubborn about making their life better? If you focused on making their life better, and they focused on making your life better, your stubbornness to see their happiness and their stubbornness to see your happiness would be an unbelievable change in probably 70% of the relationships in the world. And that's not just marriage relationships. That's all relationships. A relationship takes work. That's what it is. It's work. It's just like going to a job and trying to pay bills. It takes effort. So, go into it understanding that there's some effort. Okay, so let's wrap it up and sum up this last thing. There's 3 pieces, as I just said. Number 1, you need to love each other. Super important. Number 2, you need to focus on your obligation. You are obligated to this person. And then number 3, and probably, if it's not the most important, it's super, super important, and that is to be stubborn about your partner's success. I need to make sure that I'm stubborn about her. So like I said, reframe it. And that's it. So back to this TSA toe-to-toe thing. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty irritated by this. No, I'm just kidding. What I was doing today was going to TSA to get pre-check. I'm so excited because every time I go to the airport, I have to drag my butt through that long line, and then I get to the end of the line, and then I gotta take off my shoes, and I gotta pull out everything that's bigger than a cell phone, drone, controller, 2 laptops, the camera, battery backup, portable speaker, light kit, insulin pump, belt off, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and enough. It's demoralizing. Every time I go, it's demoralizing. So I went and did pre-check. Super excited. It's $85 for 5 years for anywhere in the US. It's $100 for 5 years anywhere in the world. I did the $85 one. It was $85 and that gets you through the security lines super duper duper fast. To top it off, this year I did register for Clear. Now Clear lets you skip the lines, and then pre-check lets you go through the line quickly. So man, Bob's your uncle. I might be able to get through the security lines in like, I don't know, 7.5 minutes. It would be crazy to me to be able to get through the lines that fast. All right, so I want to do something I have never done on this channel. I want to read a few comments from my last video that I posted yesterday, which was, what did I post yesterday? Oh, I remember. It was about negative influences in your life. So one second. The dumbest thing I've ever done. Oh, that's me. Sorry, I'm not going to read that. You have to go back and read that one if you want to see that one. This one is from Joe Brown. It says, I love this one. It's very honest and makes you think about the company you keep. Also about being careful of not leading other people down the wrong path. You know what, Joe? Absolutely. Bob's your uncle, that's twice today, and Bob's your uncle. Seriously, absolutely, that's what I was going for. It helped you to focus in on what you know, your influences were, what led you down the wrong path, made you think, you know. So I'm glad you said that. And then also about leading other people. I think that's huge. And I didn't really touch on that, but it is our responsibility not to lead others down the wrong path. And so that was very good. He says, you always need your coffee. Yeah, you're right, Joe. I do always need my coffee. If you guys want to have your comment read, like Joe's was from yesterday, just leave a comment down below and I will definitely try to read them. So if you want your comment read tomorrow, you need to comment today. All right, that's it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and